morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. Welcome to the channel again today. If you are a returning visitor, I'm so happy that you keep returning. Obviously, that would indicate to me that you enjoy the content. That's always emotionally rewarding. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please do feel free to like and subscribe. I invite people, whether they are returning visitors or new visitors to the channel, to leave a comment, to put their thoughts up if there's anything that they want to add to the content that I deliver, or if they've got questions, to put up their questions. Everything is welcome. There is no such thing as negative feedback from where I sit, just opportunities for growth and development. Anyway, the purpose today, of course, is to talk about the messages of the Angel of Joy, who we call Ramaela. So today's video is actually, I anticipate to be quite a brief one, and this is because actually joy is an amazingly big experience, but it's actually quite a simple message, really. Okay, so Ramaela's goal is, or her goal of creation, is to bring the joy of life and the eternal through to your current day physical existence, and this is through the inclusion of merriment and playfulness. It's really easy to take ourselves too seriously, so she helps to bring balance by the way of fun into our lives. So while it might read as just a small purpose or function, the bottom line is it's actually quite a big one. And I think something that supports, or my feelings are that the fact that she is a lesser archangel supports the magnitude of the task that she faces, or the powers that she brings through to us. So to give a bit of background, yes, she is one of the lesser archangels. They have a general, we'll talk about it from a general perspective, this role to see deeply within each of us and to convey the divine thought. Now, from an aura perspective, they're smaller than the archangels. They've got brighter faces. Of course, once again, just to reiterate, usually we don't see the faces of the angels. We might see the outline of a face, and we might see long golden hair if we've got developed clairvoyant skills. We may also even see, if those gifts are developed, we might even see that they've got dark eyes. Just going back to the aura, or the aura structure of the angels for a moment, when we talk about the archangels, their auras can range anywhere from about 7 feet to 12 feet if we were trying to measure it by human standards. So the lesser archangels, while they're smaller in size, they're still actually going to be quite large. But the other thing about lesser archangels is we actually see, if we see them or feel them or whatever, there's more of the lesser archangels than there are the archangels. Now, as a group, the lesser archangels, they're focused on group relationships and the development of our bonds with other people as we work and play together. And of course, play being the operative word here for Ramaela, because this is part of what makes life enjoyable. I actually believe that the idea of the whirling dervish, or their practices, is part of the guidance of the lesser archangels, because it's through dance that a vibration is created, and also through music. Now, if you're a happy and joyous person by nature, then you're most likely working with the lesser archangels, especially if you are drawn to music. And also because any group activities, they're vital to a person's stability. If they're working with them, it's really, really important. So let's say that you were seeing somebody around you, that is really into the group relationships, the family, they enjoy dance, a good party and all of that kind of stuff. They're potentially carrying a fragment of the lesser archangel energy within them, or perhaps even as a guide. I should have actually mentioned, of course, when I was talking about angels, that particularly when it comes to the lesser archangels, and in fact most of the angelic orders, that the angels can manifest as either male or female because they are genderless. So if you were to draw upon Ramaela's energy and you actually had clairvoyancy and that kind of thing, don't be surprised if Ramaela manifests as a male, although I've got her represented as a female here in this video. And for some reason, that's just because it feels feminine to me, okay? So anyway, her message is that joy is like food for the soul. It's being a little bit romantic here. It's kind of like an aroma that wafts to us on the divine, if you like, ethers. And this joy is pure joy. It just bursts out. It's like a bud of spring. You will know that yourself, that when you experience joy, it's spontaneous, and her message is that it comes through from the creative fires. We all have this eternal aspect that lives in the realms of truth, and the highest light and vibration, of course, is what resides in this realm, and it is the deepest love that we could ever imagine. And this is the love of the Creator, and it calls to us upon joy and love, okay? So by design, the beautiful love shows us glimpses of the beauty of our own souls, this immortal splendor. And, the thing with this wonderful joy, once we feel divine love, the bliss of this love, this soul food, it does actually... I don't know that it would say that it awakens the longing for the return to our spiritual home, back into the embrace of the Creator. That would actually infer all sorts of things dependent on language. What I would say is it removes all fear of transition and letting go of the body, while at the same time wanting to be here on the earth plane as long as divine wills us to. You know what I mean? There's no desire to end the earthly experience ahead of time, but there is this knowledge that at the divine time we will all move on under grace in the divine way, and there is nothing to be feared because there's just pure love. I'm obviously interested to hear what people have got to say about my thoughts here, because I'm very mindful that a lot of people experience tension at the moment. So the idea for me here is to reinforce divine will, divine time, joy. So her primary message is one that we're all born with joy. Joy is our natural state. It is the gift from the Creator. It's the gift of the divine. Too often we as humans will turn around and say, I'll be happy when, okay? Or that joy is something that we can get through buying or acquiring something. Whereas her message is no, true joy and happiness resides within, and it is a feeling that is spontaneous. It is a gift of grace. It is a gift from the Creator. And we can catch it. We can grab a hold of these spontaneous moments through the simplest of activities as we go about our days. Now, this can be sitting outside, watching the birds, the local fauna at play. If you've got pets like my little puppy, you can gain joy and pleasure from watching them. Also, observing children at play with their pure innocence. I mean, this is totally joy-filled as well. It is up to us, she says, to see and feel the pleasure of joy, and then we've got a responsibility to pass this joy along to others as we encounter them throughout the day. Now, this doesn't mean to be contrived, okay? We don't need to fake joy, okay? True joy is like an observation. So I'm reminded of many years ago an experience I had during my dark days, and I remember, I'm going to share this with you because this is just something to contemplate. I was outside. I was obviously basically at rock bottom as far as physical existence goes, but I was also coming into that place of peaking with the spiritual growth and development. But anyway, we were sitting outside, and in the midst of a very serious, deep, meaningful conversation, I happened to notice a huge wedge-tailed eagle flying over the top of us, soaring above us in the skies. It was absolutely glorious, and it was too stunning to ignore. And I recall in the midst of this very serious, intense conversation that I was able to say, look, excuse me for a moment, but can you see that bird? All right, look at it. And we just sat there in silence watching this bird for a little while. And when I say bird, I mean obviously it was a wedge-tailed eagle. It was massive. But anyway, my colleague then, she broke the silence by turning around and saying to me, somebody told me many years ago that some people go through life like walking robots. fulfilling divine purpose. Other people are there for whatever reasons. I don't want to go too far in that, but basically saying that, yeah, there are people in life whose job is to actually show the other people what they might miss and the beauty of life that they might miss because they're so caught up in their day-to-day activities. So this is how I interpret what Ramaela is saying. When you see joy, when you feel it, share it. Now, I just simplified that little story too, because I don't want to take up too much time here with the sharing of information, but suffice to say, I did go on in the course of our conversation, and we both ended up holding our sides, splitting our sides, laughing, because I was able to share with her that I had seen this eagle on another day and the impact that it had on the ducks at the park, but that's another story. Just the reminder, going back to Ramaela and her message here, so just to summarize it, joy is something we feel. It's spontaneous. It's within all of us. We don't need to contrive it, but when we find it, not only is it a natural response to appreciate it, but it's kind of a moral responsibility to share it with others and lighten their day and bring joy to them as well. So basically the reflection part, and this is why I say it's a very simple message that we get from Ramaela. It really is. Ask yourself, are you open to seeing the beauty of life? Do you take pleasure in life's beauty? And do you welcome these joy-filled moments and opportunities? And then the other one, when you do find it, do you actually share your knowledge, your truth, your vision, your life? These are all expressions of joy. And most importantly, do you share your wisdom? Okay, because wisdom is the opportunity to build and experience more joy. So if feeling joy is a struggle for you, if you feel bored or blocked, or, sometimes we become numb to the pleasures of life, especially if you've been going through hardship for any great length of time, then what you can do is actually invoke the creator Ramaela to transform your boredom into creativity. There's just some suggestions here. But I would also encourage, more than anything else, to open your heart to the awareness and capacity to experience joy, to be able to lighten your vibration. These are all just things that you can add to it, because joy obviously is something that we feel in the heart. So open your heart to the giving and receiving of love, unconditional love, and then make a conscious decision to choose to be open to seeing, observing, participating and responding to opportunities for joy and greater joy in your life, and to experience playfulness and merriment of life. Have a laugh, enjoy yourself, have fun. Don't forget also that when you're doing your invocations, to complete them with that little sentence down the bottom, which is under grace in the divine way, and finish up with gratitude, because this is the gratitude, love and surrender. These are the attitudes of ascension that help to raise your personal vibration and allow you to experience this very deep level of love. Shall we say level? It's not a level, heights. Okay, to experience the heights of love, compassion and joy and all of this stuff, we have to raise our vibration, and so laughter and merriment definitely helps with that. Ramaela actually explains the real blessing of joyfulness is that it's energizing, it's creative, and it automatically attunes you to the angels, because you automatically feel lighter after a good laugh. You feel loving, and you certainly feel more joyful. Now, when you follow the feelings that make you feel joyful, you can consider this to be your joy line. It's about the acceptance of your divine guidance, your inspiration, your eternal self, your divine connection, the creator, your spiritual destiny, all of these things. Now, as you become open and more receptive to joy, you're going to experience an increase in spontaneity. And this means that you're going to experience the angels and this gladness. Your life is about to become more thrilling, more joyous, more abundant, as you allow more and more of your own divine eternal self to emerge, to come to conscious awareness. And in fact, so that I think what it is when we start exposing these aspects of themselves let me rephrase, when we start exposing these aspects of ourselves to others and they see the beauty of our soul, this is this shiny one type thing. It becomes very attractive and magnetic to those people around us. They take pleasure being around you when you're light and bright and shiny and joyful. Okay, so this translates to a whole new meaning of gratitude and appreciation. Thank God for that, that you're able to carry around in your day-to-day living. And this brings more light into your aura as well. It's all interconnected. Your personal vibration is going to speed up, and you're going to discover unity with the Creator in a way that it becomes literally this joy line, the line that leads you to the divine, which is why I've actually put this little abseiler up here. But I want to actually say, I suppose the difference is that as we're developing and evolving and getting to that place and space, that we're able to walk the path, I guess, so far with the connection, but without joy, we tend to slide back. So I guess the key message here is that hold on to joy as well, because it's joy that carries and transports us, even through the dark times. And remember, joy lies within. And let's be real, I'm just going to share a thought with you before I close out. I was going to close out and just say thank you for being here today, but something came to me as I was doing the recording here. And this is the idea of black humor. When we can laugh at even the most awful situations in life, that somehow becomes a tension release. Now, I'm well aware, having worked in the mental health field, that there are some practitioners that feel that black humor, we call it black humor, is inappropriate. But if you speak to people with a trauma background, they say that being able to laugh is their lifesaver, to find the absurdity within any situation. And I'm not going to go into it too deep, but I would say if black humor is your lifeline and your saving grace, hold on to it with all you've got, regardless as to whether or not the therapists tell you it's appropriate or not. If this is how you find your peace and your connection, it's got to be a good thing. But anyway, for now, I'm going to say, look, love you, leave you. Thank you for being part of my journey. If you like the content, do press like. Don't forget to subscribe if the channel is something that you're interested in. Hopefully, I will have more content go up that you would appreciate. And for now, I'm just going to say, love you, leave you. Catch you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.